that get
Definitely.
caught in.
But as you were saying earlier, you know, this job shouldn't exist of having people specialized to save the humpback whales. Django shouldn't have been in the position where he had to put his life at risk, because for anyone who hasn't swam with a humpback whale, as beautiful and intelligent and fantastic as they are so intelligent that they can feel threatened by us. And if they feel threatened, they can most certainly defend themselves. And big humpback whale, little human. The odds of who gets hurt in that interaction are pretty clear.
Or I think the scenario where a humpback mother is protecting her calf, as
definitely
any animal species, as a lot of animal species do, and humans can certainly relate to that. You know, that situation where she's going to be defending, because they're not going, you know, as intelligent they are, encountering humans and shark nets is not in their natural experience and world. And so it's a highly stressful and unpredictable environment. And, you know, those pectoral fins of an adult humpback whale, they exceed a ton, as I understand it, in weight. And, you know, there has been documented case of a rescuer in the United States who lost his life rescuing a humpback whale from a net. Just an unfortunate, it wasn't an attack or anything like that. It was just a whale rolled over after being rescued, and collected this man with his fin, as I understand from the reading I've done. And it's just an unfortunate incident, but it does highlight the risk, and it's a very serious risk. So those jobs shouldn't exist. So we'd like to see that job description go, and
some new ones made.
And some new ones made. New ones made managing non-lethal mitigation equipment like barriers, drones, and other technologies that are coming through, for sure.
And for anyone listening right now, whether they're international or local here in Australia, what can they do? What is happening right now that they can jump on board and support this Remove the Shark Net campaign? What's happening now?
It's a political campaign, whether we like it or not, because you know, this system that endangers so many animals on our coast in the name of our tourist industry. This system is funded by government. Government does it on our behalf, so it's political. So we urge people to keep on making contact, whether it's a phone call to the Minister for Fisheries, because it's a fisheries minister. The line I drop on this one is, shark nets and drum lines are the beach safety program you get when you put fishers in charge of that program. All they can think of is culling. So we need that message put clearly to those people that this is an issue for people, and people can use their own words and ideas about this, because people have different views and reasons on this to voice their opinion against it, and voice their opinion for something more reasonable. So people can contact the Minister for Fisheries, because the fisheries is in Queensland, so it's a Queensland government. It's really easy to go on and find the Queensland Parliament website, where you can look up the members of the Queensland government, find the contact for the Minister for Fisheries, the email and the phone numbers there. The Minister for Tourism, because this does cross into the tourism area, and the Minister for Tourism has been in the media talking about this very issue. And there's the Minister for Environment, who we'd much prefer be in charge of this beach safety program, because we think if the Minister for Environment and Science, it's all rolling together, were in charge of it, we'd have a much more reasonable system in place. And of course,
much more scientifically based system, maybe?
100%, absolutely, yeah. So there's those four ministers, but let's not forget too that if you're a Queenslander, if you live in this state of Queensland, one of the people that you can contact and should contact about this is your local Member of Parliament, because they vote on these issues and they need educating on these issues. And, you know, these people have to be across so many issues as our representatives in Parliament. They won't necessarily know the the intricacies of these programs. And so we may have members there, and I'm sure we do, who truly believe that nets and drum lines make beaches safer. They need to be educated, and they need to have the members of the public feed their opinions to them. We've tried to make it really easy for people. So via our Facebook page and on our Apex Harmony webpage, which is accessible through the Sea Shepherd Australia website, find us through there. We have an action button on there which sends an email directly to the Minister for Fisheries. And we've set it up so it's really easy for people to just send it. But if people can look at that email and add their own take on it, do their own little bit of editing on it, change the subject line in that email to reflect their own view or the specific ideas that they want to put forward, change the introduction to the email, put their views forward, we think that is an even more powerful way to do it. So if people want to sort of add their own to it, we absolutely encourage people to do that. Send those emails, make the phone calls. You know, a lot of people think, you know, have this belief, and I understand why, that, you know, how much difference can my email make or my phone call make? Because it's very easy to sort of get a bit negative about that and think that it doesn't make a difference. But let me tell you, it does. And we are seeing that difference right now. And we know that the Minister is going to be saying something very soon. We hope it's what we want, but it is entirely because of public pressure through those emails and phone calls. Keep them going. Amazing.
Well, Jono, thank you so much for coming back onto the Ocean Pancake Podcast and telling us all about this, because it's been about a year and a half since we last talked. So it's been amazing to see the progress. And, you know, hopefully next time we chat, you can tell me all about the successful removal of the nets.
We're going to be celebrating. We're
going to be celebrating.
I'll come back and we'll celebrate. And we'll take the celebrations, but we'll also be continuing to be involved in the issues that are affecting our sharks and other marine life, because there are plenty of them. And so I don't anticipate that the work will stop, but we'll certainly celebrate the wins along the way. So, Kat, thank you so much for all you do with, you know, the broad range of issues that you bring out through your efforts for marine life, and giving us the opportunity too to come in and talk. Thank you.